Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here. It's always a pleasure to join you here on our Saturday. Today is a really, really important training because we are going to gear you up for 2025. Tammy and I have had a lot of experience in training people in building this, this kind of business and this business model. And we've helped thousands of people over the years. And what the training we're about to do now, this is the beginning. This is how it all starts. And we also created a document, which is a Google form, which I'll share with you in a second here, where you can follow along. And you'll notice on our Telegram group, also in the YouTube channel, the link is there for you to access this. And I'll walk you through all that in a minute. But before we begin, we like to always welcome everyone and really appreciate you taking the time to mentioning where you are joining us from. So Robert, welcome. Good morning, Rockstar. I just love it. Welcome, welcome. We have Mark Stevens from NDO Voice Idaho.
Idaho.
I'm Canadian.
Your French.
Please, I apologize.
Your French is kicking in.
USA. Let's see here. We have Kathy. Kathy, welcome. Great to have you with us here from Indiana. We have Delia from the UK. Great to have you with us. We have Michael. Great to have you from Hill, Texas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Christine from Ontario. We're neighbors. Welcome. We have Bakshir from India. Welcome. We have Francis from Ghana. Great to have you here with us. We have Lynn from the UK. Welcome. Great to have you here. We have Johnny from Ghana. We have Bless here. Welcome, welcome. We have Courtney from Ontario, Canada. We have Roy from Jefferson, North Carolina. We have Gregorio. Welcome. Great to have you here. We have Kim from Florida. We have Felix. Great to have you here from Ghana. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We have Abinadan. Welcome from India, I believe, right? And let's see here. We have Benjamin. We have Gregor. I think we already mentioned you. And we have Bless. Great to have you here. Welcome, everybody. And Tammy, what are your thoughts on today's training?
I just want to say congratulations for those who are showing up to this session, because this is the big one. We're preparing for a powerful 2025. And what you're going to learn today is going to make you a lot further in growth than anybody else who hasn't shown up. I get that there's a lot of stuff going on around Christmas time, but I just wanted to recognize all of you who made the decision to show up today, because that's what it's about. Chris and I have been sitting back. Obviously, we're working because there's a lot to do. There's so much momentum, but we're also planning. We're planning for a powerful 2025, how many legs we want to build, all of this exciting stuff. And we're pumped. We're super excited about it. So get excited. Remove the analytical part of your brain right now. Okay, no analyzing anything, just dream. Okay, this is what it's about. It's about having that miraculous dream of something that you've never done before, right? And put it on paper and start working towards it. And we're going to teach you some of the things you need to do to stay focused on doing that. And at the end, we have something fun as well. So maybe let's get started, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. And before we begin here, let me shift over to this slide. This Google Sheet right now, let me just copy this. Yeah, I guess, can I just copy this link? I guess no. Let me check. Let's see here. Okay, just a second here. What happened if I click on this? Yeah, let's just, there you go. There you go. Okay, I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to put it in the chat for your own benefit. Okay. And feel free to follow us along with this, because this training is really aligned with these sections. There's 9 sections where we focus on some of the questions that are important to ask, which brings me to this slide over here. Okay. So just keep in mind that you can follow along. Okay. And And the reason why we did, and by the way, we do not collect emails because many of you are not necessarily in our team, and we're supporting the entire organization here, and we want to be respectful of that. So when you do get this information, make sure that you make a copy for yourself. It's really important because I do not keep track of that. I do not know who is who. I do not have an email, and this is very generic, and we do not collect data. So just to understand that we do not do that. But we wanted to have a form in real time, digital, online, that you can actually apply it. And this is really important, folks, because the training we're going to give you will give you knowledge. It will help you. But if you apply yourself and actually filling in the form, then you're making it real for yourself. And that's what matters. Folks, 2025 is a really important year. There's a lot of changes happening. We know in 2020, everybody was talking and, it's going to take about 5 years for things. Well, this is it. This is it. 2025, there's going to be a lot of changes, folks. A lot of new things are going to appear. A lot of new technologies out there. And this is why I'm excited to be part of GotBackup, because we're part of the trend. Which brings me to my big question here. And there's 3 of them. Number 1, why did you join GotBackup in the first place? Ask yourself that. Why did you join? Is it just because you wanted to back up your stuff? Or you're also interested in creating another stream of income for your lifestyle, for your family, right? For yourself and your family.
And making an impact for others. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. And the number 2 is, are you tired of playing beneath your potential?
Mm-hmm.
Folks, some of you have so much potential in your pinky finger, more than most, and you're sitting on that. There is so much potential in you. And these questions are going to make you get a strong look of who you are and what you're capable of. And number 3 is, are you prepared to do what's necessary for you to have a breakthrough? And folks, the holidays, Christmas is something that is very important to many of us. And I say that because some of you, I know, don't celebrate Christmas. I respect all of that. We celebrate Christmas. Some of you may not. My point is, it's a time where people gather. They come together. What a better time to make connections. You don't have to work necessarily, but you can make connection and build on those relationships that maybe hasn't been kind of cultivated for a little bit. So that's a really good opportunity. So these are very important questions. Ask yourself those questions and take the time to answer them and reflect on those, because that's going to be the foundation to the success that's going to be reflected in 2025.
Yeah, you can always go back and review this, but as I look at that, it's something you want to put on your screensaver, or you want to post it on your mirror when you wake up in the morning, so that you just remind yourself, why did I join? Why am I here? And am I tired of living below my potential? Because most people are tired. They want to live up to something that is impactful. It's all about impact, you guys. It's great to make money, but when you can help somebody else, another family, build a business and make income, that is when the true joy comes in this type of business. It's not about rushing to get to the ranks and stuff like that. It's bringing people up. We're going to unlock this, okay? 2025 is going to be an impactful year. You need to decide whether you're going to be part of it and participate in it. Okay, so it's about living up to our potential. It's networking effectively. Having organization in your life and in your business is extremely important. And we're going to talk about stuff like this. So networking effectively. We're going to talk about setting up accountability and structure in this training session, because I think a lot of people are lost in this. They really are. I get today we're living in a world of attention deficit. There's just things thrown at us all the time, and we get totally distracted. As a mom or as a woman being in the household, there's a lot of things that can distract me, but I have to make a decision to get into my office and do the numbers, do the work before I go out and do that. Or I plan it where I'm meal planning on Sunday so I'm not distracted. Like all the things that you need to organize in your life to be able to reach that potential, you got to schedule that. That's got to be in the structure of your year. Yeah,
I
so
totally agree.
to
Totally agree.
to work
And
on that.
and and Gideon, I noticed your message that you're having difficulty to download the worksheet. Listen, folks, this link is available in a Telegram group. It's also available in the description of this training right now. If you go to what you clicked on to join us in here today, the description of on the bottom, you'll notice that there's a link there too. Okay, so you should be able to have access to this. It's designed to be, and I noticed some people. I don't know who, but I've already filled it, right? And this is really important. Take the time to do that, folks. It's really, 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 really important because that training will help you. But if you apply yourself, it's going to be 10 times better. So moving into 2025, why is the year? This is the year to unlock your full potential, folks. Why is that? Well, it's all a mindset. But I don't know about you, but there's a vibe. There's a vibe that I'm feeling about 2025. We've been talking about it for 5 years. I remember in 2020, it's just, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm seeing the results. I'm seeing it in a stock market. I'm seeing it in a network marketing teams that are evolving. I'm seeing it in a new innovation that are coming out right now. I'm seeing it in a crypto world. I'm seeing it everywhere. Folks, I'm telling you, prepare for rain. It's an expression that farmers use often. Make sure you plant your seed, you move the ground, and you do all the legwork on the bottom, the basic legwork, and then you start planting your seeds. And when the rain comes, then at harvest, man, you will do well. So this is a fresh opportunity, folks, in 2025. It's packed with chances to innovate, collaborate. And this is why we're doing this before Christmas, before the holidays, because we know you're going to be meeting a lot of people. It's a wonderful opportunity to have discussions. And with the affiliate link that's available for you to share, it is so easy for people to just check it out on their cell phone on the spot, watch a little video, whatever that is for you. Okay. See, with the data storage, which is a massive, massive demand, GotBackup is evolving all the time, folks. I'm excited. The software is cool. Now there's new features coming in with synchronizing your Google Drive and in your Dropbox and your Dropbox and there's so many other things, the collaboration, lots of really fun stuff coming in. On top of that, it's combined with an email marketing system that's included for your $10 a month. It's the value is off the chart for $10 a month, off the chart. So this is what you have. So we have an unparalleled opportunity to grow. And the thing, folks, is you need to embrace change. I know sometimes change is uncomfortable, but it is a necessary step to evolve. Nothing ever stays the same. We're designed to evolve. I posted recently this beautiful butterfly, right? Which started as a caterpillar and then it turns into a butterfly. And caterpillar tells a butterfly, man, you've changed. Well, the fact is, this is what it's supposed to be. We don't stay the same forever unless you choose to. So embrace the change, folks. It's very important, to have success and to move forward. And also it's very important is to fuel your growth by learning, evolving, getting involved into some courses or reading a book or an audiobook, whatever that is. You need to start feeding your mind with knowledge from others that maybe have success, their biography, wherever you may come across that can fuel your personal growth. This is really important, folks. You can't just sign up and GotBackup and expect to have ultimate success just out of nowhere, because you will attract who you are. And if you want to attract influencers and CEOs and people that are going to build this business, you have to become one. And the fact is, some of you may not identify with this right now, but I assure you, you can. Every single human being have a voice. It is up to you on how loud you want that voice to be. And it will come across through your personal growth. It's a very important you understand. And a lot of people start into network marketing and get involved in a company like GotBackup. Some will have success and some may not. Why is that? It's the mindset which deviates from the growth that your personal growth. So keep that in mind. So fresh opportunities awaits, embrace change and fuel your growth. Very important.
So defining your income target. I know some of you already went to the sheet and wrote this stuff out. So this is fantastic. I love it when people engage right away. So we're going to get really clear on our financial goals. So if you don't have that sheet and you just want to grab a piece of paper, write it down, because we want you to be actively doing this. And the reason why is we know that once this training is done, you're going to get busy. So you can do your work while we're doing the training. Okay. So know your numbers. You really got to know that. You got to set target goals. Okay. Your clear financial goals. What kind of income do you want to make by the end of 2025? Write it down, you guys. Write it down. And don't let that analytical part of your brain take over right now. We are in creation and no limits. Okay. Don't limit yourself, because you can do anything and have anything you want if you put it on paper and you start emotionally connecting to that number and lay out the plan and work the plan. It's that easy. Okay. We've been doing it for so long that it's embedded into our DNA. But for those of you who are new and have never done that, or you didn't get the results that you wanted in 2024, most likely it's because of this. Okay. So let's start 2025 fresh and put your number out there. What kind of income do you want to make? And then increase it. Okay, because I'm telling you, our brain just limits us like nothing. And and you want to stay focused, and you want to feel more confident about growing your business this year. Focus on that. Focus on the numbers, where you want to be, and you want to know your team's numbers as well. And you want to break it down, turning the big income goals into the smaller tasks that you need to do every day, and have your team members doing it every day so it's duplicated, and have your monthly milestones that you want to accomplish, and then you want to increase it. Always increase. Make 2025 your year of increase. Okay, increase in numbers, increase in income, increase in team members, increase in lines, all of that, which we're going to talk about because I'm so excited. But you want to celebrate your wins along the way. Okay. Don't beat yourself up if you have a bad week or a bad month. Don't beat yourself up. Keep moving, keep growing. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to evolve in such a big way this year, and use the plan, you guys. That's what it's here for. I know, Randy, you're on the session today who put this together, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's the simple basics of building our business that is duplicatable and simple. That's what I love. And people are so busy today. When you're prospecting them and you show them something simple, they're going to align with it. Okay. So the 4 benchmarks, very simple. You enroll one left, one right. Anybody can do that, you guys. You got to make a decision to do it, but anybody can do it. It's really simple. Okay. Enroll two more. Go and get your other 2. Okay. And then you want to build your enrollment tree up to 25 plus. And number 4 is to personally enroll 10 plus people. Okay. That's got to be the target. And if you haven't done that yet, then you got to do it. That's got to be a major goal for you right now. Okay. And if you can do it in January, oh my gosh, lots of great things are coming. And then you want to duplicate that. Okay. That's it. Work the plan. The plan works.
So, Victor, when we talk about copper is a rank. And in fact, it gets into my next slide here, which I'll shift in a minute. But it's the rank that we call, the moment you sponsor one person on your left, 1% on your right. So when we say copper, 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 what we're meaning is reach copper, duplicate copper, make sure your downline become copper, 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 copper. This is the benchmark. It's an easy target. 2 people that pays $10 a month. It's a piece of cake. It's not like you're charging thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars. $10. You do that, one on the left, one on the right. You're a copper. That's the key. This is the basic building block. So simple, so easy. But if duplicated by the thousands, it becomes monstrous. And this is what I want to share with you here, moving into this slide. Okay. So what does rank mean? What rank is just a title, folks, but it will define your income bracket. It will define also where you are in the organization of GotBackup. And what's important here that you understand is if you look at this slide over here, if I look on the side, because I have a couple screens and that's where my screen shows here. See, when you look at a bronze, that means that you're sponsored one person. To become a copper, again, I'm referring to the copper, is you sponsor one person on your left, one person on your right. And by the way, Tammy and I did a training going through the entire PDF of this training, of this compensation plan from top to bottom. And what I'm going to do is after this call, on the description of that video or that training, I'm going to add that link, that reference to that training that we did to help you get a better understanding. But folks, in the new year, this is your homework. You need to understand what this is. It is not hard. It is just the same song repeated over time. Let me explain what I mean. So as a silver, okay, you'll notice here, you have the same 2 people. But what's happening is, again, you have one on the left, one on the right. That did not change. But that means that copper line of enrollment, that means that if you sponsor 2 people, it could be one of the 2, or one of the 2 sponsors someone that became copper. That means they did the step of sponsoring one on the left, one on the right. Why is this so important? Because for you to start getting a cycle earning income, you need to have one on the left, one on the right. This is a copper. Do you understand? It triggers the tier 1 cycle. So this is when you become a silver, is because someone on your team is duplicating now. And it's all about the duplication process. So if you look at this here as a goal, this is what we're going to be focusing on. And on future slide, it's coming later on. We're going to talk about commit to events because we want to help you get to goal. Why? Because it opens up the compensation plan to get more money. So what does that mean? Is that that means you're sponsored at least 5 people, but you need to have one on the left, one on the right. So when Tammy talked about the 4 benchmark, you remember you do one on the right, one on the left, you do it again, one on the right, one on the left. This is exactly why. Why are we teaching that? Because look at this placement here. All the way up to black diamond, I do recommend you bring more than 4 people in your business if you want to grow an organization, because not everybody's going to work the business, but over time some will. But what's happening here is look at the qualification. I mean, it's a joke. You need 2 on your left, 2 on your right, and it will maintain you all the way up to black diamond. So that line there, check, done. That's the reason why on the benchmark, right from the beginning, we teach you to get 4 people. Imagine if your entire team does that. Your team exponentially explodes over time. And it's all about duplicating. And after that, what happens is you just bring more people to the table. Why do we suggest on the benchmark to get your first 10? Look at this here. It pushes you all the way up to emerald. So we're preparing you to qualify for the rank of emerald. So if you duplicate the 4 benchmark, copper, 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 getting 2 on the left, 2 on the right, get you 10 people, which in turn will get you to 25. Look at this here, 25 people. Okay. So we're preparing you right now to qualify for gold right from the duplication process of the 4 benchmark. Now look at this over here. It needs to have at least 3 copper in your business. How does that work? Well, what's happening here is they have to come in out of the 5 people, and there's a slide I'm going to show you about the line of sponsorship. Okay, I'll show you that slide in a minute. It's also in the PDF. But the fact is, you need to have at least 3 copper, and the total is 3, but you need to have 1 copper in 3 different enrollment tree. I'll explain to you. I have a slide that shows you that in a minute. That's very important. Then you become a goal. And when you're a goal, then what's happening is now the comp plan starts opening up to you. And the move, as you move up in rank, as you move out to a platinum, why is it important? Okay. So the moment you have 10, okay, in this case, you're a platinum. Again, this doesn't change, but look what changes. 1 more copper. So that means there's 1 more line of sponsorship. Someone became copper. It doesn't have to be personal. It could be into the entire downline. So that becomes very interesting. But as this happens, this number will increase by default. Why? Because every time someone becomes copper, that's 2 more. Someone becomes copper, that's 2 more. And if everybody does that, these 2 multiply. I'm sure you've heard the concept of doubling every day, a penny every day. What happens after 30 days? How much that grows? Well, that's what I'm talking about here. This is what this comp plan is based on. Understanding that Dropbox has over 7 million users. Do you understand? You take a tweezer of that amount and you put it into the GotBackup world, we'll have millionaires. This is very significant, folks. This company takes 75% of its revenue and they share it into the compensation plan genealogy. What I'm explaining to you right now. You want more of it? Well, I'm teaching you how. So this is where it's important to understand how to achieve your rank. Because when you become a platinum, then you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. You are doubling the value of your cycles now. And you see, it's not that much work here. And as you move up as a sapphire, now you start getting matching check. Matching cycle from your personals. If you sponsored 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, some of you have sponsored hundreds, 600. It's crazy what some of you are capable of. And I'm not saying you need to do that. What I'm saying is every single time you sponsor someone, if that person grows and earns an income through their cycles, you are entitled to earn a percentage of that. This is what this plan does. And this plan, it opens up to you as you qualify by helping others qualifying. It's not just about you being a champion. It's about you being a champion, but help others become champions or at least start earning. And when you do that, that's when the plan is very nice to you. And that's where the income comes in. So folks that are saying people at the top, do people at the top? No. You could be at the top and not helping anybody. You're not going to make the money.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to help others. Help others evolve. Help others earn. Help others qualify. Don't just sign them up and move on to the next deal. I'm telling you, it will serve you well. Very, very well. So as you move up in rank here, folks, look at the it's always the same song and dance. Okay, you're just sponsoring. Let's focus on Emerald. You still have your 10, 2 on the left, 2 on your right. And you need to have 1 copper in 6 separate enrollment trees. So that means out of the 6 people, out of 10 people sponsor, at least 6 lines, someone became a copper. It's not that hard. If you duplicate the concept of the 4 benchmark, this is going to happen by default. So imagine as we keep evolving this in a few years from now, what's going to happen? I'm telling you, it's very exciting. And this number of enrollment here, don't worry so much about those because if you duplicate, these numbers will grow by default. But it's not going to grow just by looking at it. It's going to grow by duplicating the process of the 4 benchmark. That's what it's all about. This will fire you up.
Mm-hmm.
Help others earn. And you know what happens over time when you've been long enough in this business and you start watching your downline evolve and earning the kind of income that can give them the opportunity to move into a new home, buy a new car, go through a wonderful trip, pay their debts, deal with their medical bills, whatever this may be for you. Do you
Yeah.
understand? It is so rewarding. It is so rewarding. I'm not kidding. It's amazing what happens to you when you have an impact on someone else's life. This is what I see with God Backup. Hope you guys get the message here. So achieve the next rank, learn what I just shared with you here. And again, in the description, it's not there right now because I just thought of it as I'm doing this training, as I'm talking about this. I will add a reference into the description for you to have access to the training we did a few weeks back, that we went through the entire PDF explaining exactly what I'm telling you now, but in details. Back to you, Tammy. Let's talk about events.
Yeah, for sure. So I want you guys to write down what rank, based on what Chris shared with you, and some of you have already done it. But those who haven't, write down the rank. What is your goal? What rank do you want to be at the end of 2025? Because we're going to roll out the plan on how to do this. And we're going to start with a 90-day rise to gold 2025. Some of you are gold and above. So you're going to be working this with your new people and building them up to golds. And as quick as possible, we're going to aim for January, you guys, because something's coming. And we're super, super excited about it, which we're going to share. But January 1st to March 31st, we're going to stay totally focused on building and driving goals within the organization. Copper is the block. It's the building block. That's what it is. And building many, many, many coppers will build up to gold, and with the qualifications, of course. So we're going to start January 1st. I know some of you are like, oh my God, I'm going to be out partying on December 31st. Well, that's your great way to network and connect with people. So January 1st, you can start those conversations, right? And then right through till March 31st. So we're going to lay out a calendar. Make sure every single one of you have a calendar. If you don't have one, go get one. You can do it virtually. I know that we do it virtually, but I also like to have my hand calendar in front of me. I know I've got it. I've got my stuff going to Florida because we're going to be arriving on January 1st in Florida. So I got everything coming over there, but I've got my plan here and I've got stuff on my calendar, on my virtual calendar. So work it the way it works for you. Okay. So 90-day campaign, January 1st to March 31st. You write that down in your calendar. That's your focus time, because this is where we're going to create some serious momentum. Okay. Everybody's going to know about Got Backup. So you got to be engaged in the process. Okay. Aim high, you guys. It's so important. And then we're going to have a convention, a live event on March 28th to the 30th. And that's in San Antonio, Texas. We're excited to go. We haven't been yet. I know, Randy, you're on the session today. I know you got a chance to go. We're seeing a few people got a chance to go to the office, but we're gonna do an event, a live event. Those who can come live, fantastic. Those who can't, well, there's going to be a virtual. Okay. And we're working on this plan right now with the board of directors. And we have a monthly corporate virtual event. And we're going to be making announcements. Okay. So you're going to get to know this throughout the 3 months. So put it down in your schedule. Everything has to be on your calendar, you guys, because you got to work around this. So January 11th, February 8th, and March 8th. Okay, that's when Joel is going to make announcements leading up to our live event. So we're super, super excited about that. We're going to create huge momentum in our first quarter. So who's on board? If you're on board, say yes.
And while you're actually doing this, because I know there's a little gap of about 10, 15 seconds here. Again, just to recap here, folks, in January 1st to March 31st, every Saturdays, we're going to be doing a session, and we'll lay this out next weekend. Tammy, maybe you can touch on that briefly, but next weekend, we're going to prepare the 90-day launch. Okay.
Yeah.
The
And
90-day campaign launch.
we laid out a plan that we're going to be executing through those 90 days. And every Saturday we'll be doing a session for GotBackup to give people the activities that they need to do the to stay focused and inspired. And yeah, so we're gonna lay that out. We already did, and then we've done it in 4 languages. So we translated those. So we've got Italian. The Italian leaders are going to be working a plan. The French leaders are going to be working the plan, and the Spanish as well. Anybody who wants that, yeah, we can put that in the Telegram group. And we just want to make sure that everybody's aligned. That's the key, you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. So the next thing, folks, is the convention. This is a physical convention. This is the very first convention since the conception of GotBackup. Remember, we have the benefit of a company. GVO has been around over 25 years plus, but also a new company, which the division of GotBackup, which is about close to 2 years, or about 19 months or so. Yeah. So that's going to be a physical event where we'll be able to stay there, and we'll have our own hotels and everything else, and we'll define all the details a little later. We're defining this as the team and the company to make sure that this is going to be very smooth and very profitable, and it's going to be useful for you. But this is an opportunity where we can meet in person, right? So far, we've always spoken through the hourglass of YouTube or Zoom. But we are humans, and we are creatures that requires physical contact, if you understand my meaning, right? To touch, to see each other, to hear, look each other in the eyes,
big hugs,
do some hugs and everything else. So look at the server, and it's also going to be broadcasted virtually, so the entire world will be able to see what's going on. So this is going to be very, very exciting. This is March 28th and 30th. Okay. So the dates are pretty firm. We had to compile all the events and all the things that are going on in Texas, making sure that people can attend, and people can actually travel there. Okay, that's going to be really a lot of fun. And also, again, to recap, is every month, the first quarter, we're going to be having a virtual event that talks about new launch announcements leading up to the convention, folks. Okay, so you can see January 11th, there'll be one. February 8th will be another one. And March 8th will be another one. Okay, so we're really gearing up to start getting into momentum. Get ready for rain here, folks, because the first quarter in 2025 is going to be very rewarding to those of you that participate. This is not a time that you want to be on the sidelines. You want to get right into the action and participate, get your team to participate. This is how your organization will grow. And if you duplicate the 4 benchmark that we spent time talking about earlier, you understand the compensation plan based on what I was sharing about duplicating copper and producing coppers in your business, in your enrollment tree, what's going to happen is your income will exponentially grow. This is where things can change very quickly for you. Very important. Which brings me to this slide over here, folks.
Yes,
you go ahead,
it's all about defining and our recruiting goals. Okay, so start writing down some of the things in your calendar on your recruiting. Okay, how many people are you going to talk to every single day so you can get into momentum? So is it 10? Is it 5? Is it 20? You guys know your numbers. Everybody has different schedules, right? So if you are, and we're going to talk about it next week, by the way, it's all planned in the 90-day layout, which we're going to go through the layout, and then we're going to work on skills that you can develop throughout the whole time and keeping you focused, of course. Okay, so write that down. How many people on a daily basis are you going to talk to? Because the new people is the excitement in building this business. When you talk to new people and they get started, guess what? They know at least 200 people by their first names. That is powerful. So it's not just about you constantly out there talking to people. It's moving your new people into gold as quick as possible, moving them to the next level, right? And so put that down. How many people are you going to be actively talking to on a daily basis? If you don't write it down, I'm telling you, the day's going to go by and you'll go, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to anybody today. I got so caught up in this and this and this and this. You want to be talking to people regularly. Okay. And you want to set your target goals every month. How many people do you want to talk to? And you get your team members. You got to know how many people your team members are going to be talking to as well. So work this in your plan because you're going to be doing some mentoring with your people. Okay. So again, we're going to talk a lot about it next week, launching our 90 day, and we're going to talk about it today. So everything's about strategy. You want to attract like-minded individuals that share the vision with GotBackup. Okay, focus on people that are focused. Okay, don't drag somebody across the finish line. You shouldn't have to. Okay, dragging one person is easy, but if you have to drag more than one, oh my gosh, you can't do it, right? So you need to focus on people who are hungry, who are willing, and are going to take action.
I totally agree, Tammy. It's really well said. And right now, let's talk about building line of significance. Okay, so I talked about the personal that you introduce. Every time you introduce a personal associate, what's happening is that it produces a new line. Okay, if you sponsor 5 people, this is how you have to look at it. What you see on the left hand side here, this is your binary team. This is combined with people above you, spillover. They might be people they sponsor, and that's a combination of people you bring in and the people that your team bring in, and people above you that may not even be part of your sponsorship, personal. But on the right hand side that you're looking at here, these are your personal 5. And when we talked about your line of significance, we're talking about those 5 people. Every time a new person is introduced into GotBackup, that's a new line, because everything that comes from that person, that will expand that particular line. And what's very important, the reason why Tammy and I do very well in this business, there are a reason. The reason why you see that there are double diamonds in this company. Sorry for triple, double diamonds, and then we have rubies and emeralds and sapphire and so forth.
Yeah.
How did they get there? Well, this is why I'm explaining to you now. Sponsoring people is the very first step. But Tammy touch on something very important: is don't drag people to the finishing line. If you have to constantly remind people to pay their auto ship, that's not the leadership that you're looking for. They will maintain their business and all of this stuff. But if you constantly have to drag people, remind them to do the little steps that they should be doing on their own, that means you need to recruit more. And you need to find people that is willing to grow. And I call them leaders. Leaders are shakers and movers. They make things happen. They will find a solution. They will create groups. They will support their groups. They will do presentations. They show up. They're always there. They always learn, but they always transcend to their downline. And they're problem solvers. And there's a lot of you here that have all these wonderful qualities, but you're quiet. Why? Maybe you don't see the vision yet. And that's what we want to instill into you, the possibilities that we have in our hands. So it matters. It's very important to have significant line of leaders. And from there, what's important also is, how do you get there? Because there are people who have the skills, but they don't see themselves as that. But the skills are there. It's like a diamond in a rough. And learn from other leaders. Learn from what they do. And often, if they're going to be posting comments or feedback, learn from that, because that's the reason why they are up there. It's not about, oh, you're getting privileges. There might be a little bit of luck here and there from time to time, but I assure you that if you don't lead, doesn't matter how much is given to you or what may happen to your business, it will not sustain. For you to grow, you need to lead.
Mhm.
And for you to lead, you need to evolve, learn from others. At the beginning of the call, we talked about reading books and audio books and sessions and the 90-day drive, the Saturday trainings, the company event that's taking place, the event the company is going to have in March. All of these things are part of the process. Do you attend, or do you always sit on the sidelines and watch others? Because that's what's going to be different for you in 2025. So learn from leaders and stay accountable. It's important to set some time aside and to call your leaders and consult with them how things are moving, how things are doing. I know with Dr. KOA, very often we've had conversations, especially at the beginning, on what I've been doing. And Dr. KOA is an amazing mentor, an amazing leader. But once upon a time, he just started. He was just starting this business. And he's doing very well. And there's many others. There's many, many, many others. Randy's a big leader also, right? There's Sylvia that are big leaders. There's Inionam, phenomenal leader. And I know there's many others I can name right now that I'm not, right? That Noelle is doing very, very well. Okay, she's working very hard on a regular basis. So the fact here, folks, is like Sylvia and Walter. I mean, at the end of the day here, folks, is the people that are presenting, these are your leaders.
Yeah.
That's what's important here. And you want to cultivate that. I embrace that. I want my downline to beat me. I'm not saying this in a negative way, but in a positive way. Because if they do well, that is solidifying the growth of my business. Do you understand? I want my downline to pass me. And I know some are trying right now. They're trying to beat my record of triple diamond. I'm actually aiming for blue diamond. I'm working hard for that. But how do I do this? Making sure that we duplicate coppers. And this is what I do all the time. Copper, 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 copper. Duplicate that. That's the key. So build line of significance. This is what it is. And again, reference the compensation plan training that we did a few weeks back. I'm telling you, it will serve you well. And I will put it as a reference there. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some steps to strengthen your team. This is a time where we take our inventory on where we're at, identifying potential leaders that have come on board, to make a list of team members. So do this, you guys. Sit down. If you're brand new, then you're starting. This 90-day program is absolutely for you, and that's next Saturday. Put it in your calendar. If you don't put stuff in your calendar and you don't honor your calendar, you're not going to show up. And we want to make sure that people are organized this year and ready to grow, ready to run with this. So identify, for those who have teams, who are your potential leaders right now. Write them down. You got to write this stuff down, okay? Because often when you write things down, what happens is it opens up to another person that you didn't think of, right? So start writing stuff down. Who can you move into the next level at the beginning of January that is hungry enough to make it happen? Okay, so these are things that you want to do. You want to schedule a check-in with that person. So write all the names of the people down, and then you want to schedule a session so you can go through this session basically with them, right? So you want to make sure that you're working with them with their plan. You want to do set up one-on-one small group meetings as well with their teams, and you want to connect personally, of course, and mostly professionally and business focus. And also you want to focus on, goals, obviously, any challenges they might have been through, what's holding them back, strategies in moving forward. and ensuring that everyone has a clear path. Because when everybody knows where they're going and everybody is aligned as a team, it's amazing the momentum that is going to kick in. You can see a lot of the people right now who are really running in December. I know Dr. KOA and that group in Ghana, you guys are literally rocking it. It's amazing to see that clear focus in the ranks that are happening right now. And this is what you want to be creating, everybody. That's a perfect example of what's happening right now and all the numbers that you guys are seeing, plus other leaders, of course. Some of them, we're not always in the same team, so there's other people that should be mentioned, but we just don't know who they are. Okay, so you want to engage in accountability with your teams. You got to sit down and keep them accountable. You got to ask them what they're gonna achieve. Ask them what you need to do to help them stay accountable. What do you need to do to help them stay accountable? One thing that I've done when I've done many 90-day drives into momentum over the years, and my personals that were very focused and willing to do the work, at the end of the day, they had to text me or WhatsApp me and let me know what activity they got done that day. Okay, they had to do this. This was part of working with me. Okay, and at the end of the day, they need to be accountable. If they want the support, they need to be accountable on the actions that they say that they're going to do. Okay, and then you want to develop lines of significance. That's got to be your focus this year. Because when you look at the plan, when you go back and look at the plan, you got to make sure that you're focused on the lines and building the coppers in those lines, okay, based on the rank you want to get at. That's why we brought that to your attention, so you can focus on whatever rank you want to be at. You got to know how many lines of significance you need to create this year.
So as we come to an end here, folks, what's important is you will have challenges. It is part of the game. But remember that a challenge, it's always an opportunity for you to evolve and to grow. Mm-hmm. And the fact is, you'll have some struggle with rejections. Don't take this personally, because a rejection today could be a yes tomorrow. If you do follow up with that person and keep track on conversation that you've had. That's why Tammy and I have put together a playlist and a GVO YouTube channel called Success Cycle Series on prospecting, inviting, following up, third-party credibility, handling objections. Why is it all there? It's how do you deal with all of this stuff? It's in these trainings. Go back and listen to those. So understand that challenges and struggles are part of the process. Nothing ever goes in a straight line up. It's a big mess often, and that's totally normal. And just give yourself the permission to forgive yourself if you messed up somewhere. Don't get hung on the problem. Move on, right? The thing is to bounce back even stronger. And what happens over time is you build resilience in this business. And you don't want to develop a chip on your shoulder because people have been saying this or saying that, whatever the situation may be. You always want to maintain a level of professionalism, understanding that people sometimes have their own story. And unfortunately, you might be a recipient of something that's going on in their lives when you just happen to be approaching them about an opportunity such as this one. It's just understand these things. And once you get this, you don't get emotionally wrapped up in the drama around situation that may happen with rejections or whatever. Okay. And stay flexible. Just understand that sometimes we need to make adjustments. Mm-hmm. We're dealing in a technology world that things changes all the time. Something's working today and tomorrow it's not working because, I don't know, Apple or Microsoft did an update, and that update causes some changes and the software needs to adapt. This is life. Don't get all wrapped up and upset because this is not working today. Trust me, it's going to be fixed very quickly. But that's the point, is don't get emotionally wrapped up in a drama. Understand that it's there. And if you messed up somewhere, just forgive yourself and give yourself permission to just keep moving forward. It's totally fine, because I'm telling you that those mistakes can turn out to be one of the best lessons you'll ever learn. This is how we live our lives. And this is the reason why we tend to always succeed. It's because we fail a million times, but we don't get stuck on that drama. We just keep moving forward. And the success is always there at the end of the line. It depends how you perceive things. It's all part of your mindset. So learn to overcome challenges and just bounce back stronger with that, and be flexible. Understand that sometimes we just need to adjust. That's important.
Yeah, it is part of your story, right? It's part of the journey. And you know what, you can laugh at yourself too. You know, you got to learn to laugh, when you mess up, because we've messed up many times, and that's what has brought us to who we are today. And we're going to mess up tomorrow, and we know it, and we're okay with it. And that's the thing, is you got to be okay with learning and growing and falling and getting up. It's part of the process. We've done it since we were born, right? It's nothing that we're not used to, right? So, okay, so putting it all together, it's staying on track. Okay, we're gonna focus on that next Saturday. Through the holidays, we're here to help you grow. We know that a lot of people with their jobs, they're off through the holidays, so it gives them an opportunity to get on the sessions. And so we're going to talk a lot about that next week. Okay, so setting goals. Every single day, you write down at least 5 goals that you're gonna work on. Okay, and it's got to be prospecting. It's got to be on there. Follow ups. It's got to be there. Presenting. If you are doing Zoom session after a follow up, or inviting people to presentation and have that follow up, that's got to be part of your daily goals. Okay, because that's the money making activities that everybody needs to do. Okay, and at the end of the day, we get to look in the mirror and see what we've accomplished in our day. So it's really, really important to stay focused, you guys, and make sure that you get permission from your significant others to really run with the first 3 months of your business, the first 90 days. And if they see you actively running, you're going to get support. Because I get lots of people saying, my spouse is not supporting me. Yeah, but what are you doing? If you increase your income, I can guarantee you your spouse is going to support you. Hello. Transforming your lives, they're going to support you. All right. So you want to find an accountability buddy. You're not going to do this on your own. It's so easy not to do this. Okay. And your significant other is not your accountability partner. I'm telling you, it's not. You got to have somebody who's going to kick your butt, and then same thing. People are going to kick your butt. You're going to kick other people's butt. And that's what it's about, because it's easy to get comfortable. We're all comfortable in this comfortable world. Actually, people are uncomfortable, but they're living in the comfort, if you know what I mean. So it's about getting uncomfortable and growing. This year is about impact. It's about getting to the next level. Okay, so plan for your process. It's got to be in your calendar. 90 days. Make a commitment. Who's committed? Say yes. Who's committed to the next 90 days to run? And your team members that are not listening to this session right now, for whatever reason, get this training to them. They need to see this. This is going to help you help them. Okay, so it's all about setting goals, being accountable, and working your plan. Very simple.
Totally agree, Tammy. So here's the end. That's the last slide of our session here today. Next weekend, folks, we're going to be gearing up for the 90-day run. We're starting the year strong. I really recommend that you don't show up alone. Show up with your team. Because if you show up alone, trust me, you will learn, you will get all the details. But if your team is there, instead of you having to duplicate everything, you'll be able to just maintain. So if your team attend the training on Saturday, the next week, we're going to walk you through the details. And this is between New Year's and Christmas. So we just want to make sure that you're gearing up, because January is happening very quickly. Next thing you know, boom, there we go. We're in 2025. Okay. So make sure you're there. Now, what is your word of the year? Let's put this into the chat here. Okay. I'm going to tell you that Tammy and I have our words, our word of the year. I know mine is always the same: staying the course. I have two actually. And the second one is establishing clarity, to make sure that the entire organization of GotBackup understand the comp plan. And I'm staying the course in consistently prospecting. That is the lifeblood of our business. Constantly staying the course in prospecting and recruiting new members and establishing clarity so they understand what they have in their hands. These are my two words for the year. Tell me, what are yours?
Impact. This year is going to be all about impact. It's hard to pick just one word. And I think simplicity is going to be where I'm going to be aiming every day when I'm sitting down with people, working with people. I just want things simple so you can do many things to make the impact. So that's where I'm at this year. I'm excited. I'm super excited to make an impact in many people's lives. And yeah, we're ready, you guys. We're ready to rock and roll. The plan is laid out in the different languages, and it's easy on ChatGPT to translate any of these 90-day our layout into a different language. And really, Chris and I we have a focus on developing presenters in 2025, because we realize that the presenters that are actively leading are the ones that are making the income.
I totally agree,
So
Tammy.
put that on your goal calendar, that you are going to learn to present this year. And
Here's the
presenting
words,
can be
Tammy.
one-on-one in a coffee shop. It could be through a Zoom session, one-on-one. It could be small groups, presenting to your brand new people's prospects, right? You don't always have to wait for the next meeting that's going on, because sometimes you have an opportunity now in the moment, and you need to be prepared to present.
I totally agree. So, Tammy, let's list up some of the vision, some of the words that
Yes.
folks are sharing here. So, hey, as I'm sharing here, post yours. Okay. So let's make this real. So we have here Abinadan, who is vision. That's his word of the year.
Mark's got go. Yeah.
I am. Mark Stevens is go. Let's start. Love it. Love it. Filera, be focus. Let's see here. We have Angela here. Clarity. Clarity. Michael is focus. Focus on the business. Focus. That's the word of the year. Let's see here. Let's see.
Stronger. Enunam. Stronger, bolder, brighter.
Stronger,
Yes.
bolder, brighter. Phenomenal. Calvin, staying the course. Love it.
Yes.
Also, clarity. Evans, I'm committed. Oh, I love that one. Commitment. Blair, focus. We have vision and consistency. Be consistent. See the vision. Calvin, simplicity. Impact and simplicity.
We're on board together.
I'm committed. I love it. Have confidence.
Yes.
I love this, Courtney. Awesome. Can do it. Beautiful. Stay the course in simplicity.
Got lots of focus. I love this.
Yeah.
Focus. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we live in Daytona Beach, so it's about 3.5 hours from there in Miami. So maybe we can meet up for sure. Okay, let's see here. Focus. That's Blair. Joe, focus. I love it. Okay. Let's see here. Gregorio, I can do it. Kim, duplication. Copper machine. I love it, buddy. You're dead on.
Yes.
Pauline is focus. Peter is to lead. I love this. Leading is very important. Consistency. Being consistent, make an impact. Commitment, focus, consistency, focus, consistency. I can do it. I love this. I'm just clicking on all of them. Unstoppable. I love it, Gloria. Love it, Gloria. Ambition. Beast mode. I love this one. I will until. This is brilliant. I will until.
I like that. I will until. Yes.
I shall overcome.
Uh-huh.
Clarity, consistency. Gideon, 2025 is now.
Yes.
You love it.
Yeah, don't wait till January. You guys can work today. You can work your plan today and make it happen, you guys. It's the best time of the year to get prospects. Absolutely. Everybody goes into this vacation mode, not realizing that all these people that they come across through this time, build your list, you guys. These are the ones that follow up, find out what their goals are beginning of January and see if they're looking to increase their income. I mean, it's perfect opportunity.
So this comes to the end of our session here, folks. Make sure you show up next Saturday. We're going to start the year strong just before the year starts, and we want to gear you up to be prepared for the 90-day run. We want you to succeed in 2025. We want to help you fill your pockets. Feel great, but fill your pockets. Yeah. Okay, fill your pockets. And for that to happen, we need to get to work. And we'll give you the tools for you to get there. Don't show up alone. Show up with your team, and that's what will make the difference. So everybody, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And if we don't speak
Merry
before,
Christmas to
have
all
a Merry Christmas.
Yes,
happy holidays.
Stay safe. If you're driving, stay safe. We're driving right now. As soon as we get off this session, our bags are packed. Our Christmas stuff is starting and connecting with family and friends, and we are on Friday to do our presentation. Make sure you invite for the Friday, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern. And then Saturday, we're on to launch the January, the 90-day session. Okay,
beautiful.
So everybody, have an awesome, healthy, safe weekend. I should say Christmas. Yeah.
And be responsible with alcohol and your folks. Understanding when you're driving and all of this stuff. We want you all back here safe and sound. Love you guys. Have yourself a great rest of your weekend, and bye for now.